Another were finally rolled into a neighbor's yard. A man in Illinois was gunned down as he was using a leaf blower in his own yard. And a Texas cheerleader is recovering after she was shot for accidentally opening the wrong car door in a parking lot. And officials here are warning that this suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. They're saying that if anyone sees him, they should call 911 immediately. Willie?
The search continues.
Well, the search actually ends. The search actually ends as Francisco Orapeza has been captured by authorities. They have actually captured him. He was actually found in a in a town called Cut and Shoot, Texas. In Texas. He was still in Texas. He had not managed to escape. I'm actually looking now to see how far away that is to Cleveland. Cut and Shoot has roughly about 1,100 people. So how far did he get on, not very far, 24 minutes. So he was 17.4 miles away. So he just went west, basically, it looks like. But he was found in Cut and Shoot, Texas. Now, authorities have been out there searching for Francisco for several days after he shot and killed 5 people, including a mother and her 9-year-old son in a Texas home. This manhunt has just been ongoing. FBI's been involved, and apparently this has been, there's some photos floating around also. I'm going to show you. There's even a video. Now he's going to stand trial for the massacre of 5 people Friday night because he was asked to stop shooting his rifle near his neighbor's home. Authorities had been tracking his cell phone, but the trail went cold. And for days, authorities have urged the public to come forward with any information and devoted substantial resources to tracking down the suspect, including an $80,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest. Over 250 law dogs have been searching for Francisco. 250 various different law enforcement, whether that's FBI, state, local, federal. All right, that's all you need to know, right? We all, just everybody. Shit. But law enforcement officials were surveilling Francisco Orapeza's wife near a home near Cut and Shoot that was associated with one of his family members. A Texas Department of Public Safety tactical officer entered the home and found Francisco Orapeza hiding in a closet. So he ultimately made his way back home to his wife. But they were surveilling a home that was his wife's home, that was associated with one of his family members. And I do have a very interesting photo and a video as well. It's like they just walked in and arrested him, basically found him hiding in a closet after he'd massacred 5 people. And they arrested him. And he looks just as evil, okay? He looks just as evil as you would think that somebody like this would be. He looks that evil, like a real, just doesn't give a fuck, right? Look at him. See if I can expand this. Look at this. Doesn't have no concern. You see nothing in his face. Although, it's not a close-up. Okay, I can't tell if his eyes are are watery or anything like that. What's up with it, Emmanuel? How are you? Hey, what's up, Gloria? And it's hey, Bluebella, definitely not far at all. Gotta love those Texas names. I probably wouldn't be caught dead in a place called Cut and Shoot. Especially when it comes to small towns around here, I'm going to be where I know people. Well, they got law dogs everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. But I mean, look at him. He just there's that Jesus, that tattoo, or one of those tattoos they were showing the public. They had made a couple of montages to show the various different tattoos that he had or whatnot. But this guy, absolutely dangerous. I want to know more about that capture. I mean, geez, for somebody that sat there and damn near massacred a whole family. I guess he had a bad day. And he looks a little different than the photos kind of led us to believe, almost like he's got this full head of hair, right? But the real truth is, you have to, if you go in, via Spanish, then you'll really get to hear or, see some video. It seems like to me more of the Hispanic audience is following this story. I haven't found an English-speaking news agency yet that's got a live feed on this. I know. R.I.P. We were just speaking on him. I know. This is the video. Someone managed to get some raw film of Francisco on his way back to prison, no doubt about that. Every police officer in the state of Texas has been looking for this man. And so again, he got about 17 miles away from where this whole incident happened in the first place. He ended up going right where he could, see his wife. So my question is his wife possibly in custody as well? Or, I mean, did she had to have known he was wanted, right? I don't know if authorities are going to come out and have any kind of press or anything, but maybe they'll let the video speak for itself, maybe. I don't know. But he is a captured man. It's crazy. I think I may have found one. I can't take that sound, but I guess this is the end of the manhunt. Finally, we got a feed up. And this is Cut and Shoot, Texas. You can see people driving. There's people standing all around. Curiosity. Everybody's like, what's going on, right? I mean, you've got crews of people standing on corners. And it looks like this may be some sort of main intersection here where people, cross or whatnot. It looks like a small town. Cut and Shoot, Texas. So again, if you are just joining the Crime and Investigations channel, Francisco Orapeza, the Cleveland, Texas shooter who massacred 5 people Friday night, has been captured. There was an $80,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest. There was over 250 law enforcement officers that had been searching for Mr. Orapeza. Law enforcement officials were surveilling Orapeza's wife at a home near Cut and Shoot, Texas. That is a town. And this home was associated with one of his family members. And this is all coming from a law enforcement source. Texas Department of Public Safety tactical officers entered the home and found Francisco Orapeza hiding in a closet. Authorities are now investigating whether Francisco had any help in hiding, and this is according to San Jacinto County District Attorney Todd Dillon, who spoke to CNN tonight. Though Francisco Orapeza's current immigration status is unknown, he has entered the United States illegally and been deported by immigration officials at least 4 times since 2009. This according to an ICE source who identified him as Francisco Orapeza Perez Torres. An immigration judge first removed him in March of 2009. He was then deported again in September of 2009. His next deportation, January 2012, and then a 4th deportation, July of 2016. ICE was really cracking down back then. You guys remember that? When Trump took office? But it is unknown how long Francisco Orapeza has been in the United States since his last deportation. But the victims, all Honduran nationals, have been identified as Sonia Guzman, 25, her son, Daniel Enrique Lazo Guzman, age 9. His age has changed a couple of times. Diana Alvarado, age 21. Angelisa Rivera, age 31. Also, Jose Jonathan Caceres, age 18. News conference is scheduled to begin in about 8 minutes. So I am awaiting that news conference. So I'm just going to kind of peruse around here. I'm going to see if we have any sound at all. Nope, not yet. Yeah, he had been deported 4 times. This is a live feed coming out of Cut and Shoot, Texas, where Francisco Orapeza managed to be, he was captured hiding in a closet. Hiding in a closet. And amazingly, up until this point, I've only been able to find, live feeds from Spanish stations. Now, this home where he was captured at in Cut and Shoot, Texas, is somehow related or attached to a family member of the wife. They were surveilling his wife. I swear this will be the most news that this little town will ever get. I swear. It's obvious where we see the helicopter moving or roaming. It's not a very big town, and we did confirm it's only 1,100 people, very similar to like it's even smaller than like a Paris, Texas, like way smaller than that. Maybe like more a Reno, Texas, maybe something like that. I mean, I even think Reno is kind of big compared to Cut and Shoot. As you can see, okay, so now we're getting the live feed. Okay. So I'm going to hold out for the press conference here. See if we have sound. We do. Okay, so we're just gonna listen in here. Shout out to the feet on the ground.
Looks like you lost another one.
Hello, Tiffany.
So we lost
All
our
right,
feed,
guys. So again, we're here in West Dallas.
Shout out to Smash the Topic. They've put me on a few times, man. What's his name over there? I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to see if we can locate another feed here. All right. Yes, we are. We have sound. No, we don't have sound on this feed, but let's see if we... There we go. I'm waiting on this press conference, of course. Why do we got to put this? What is this? Is that somebody actually put up is that from it looks like a billboard or something. Is that a billboard? Is that somebody's law firm being on? That is about the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That does not look like a billboard. That looks like an actual that can't be a graphic. Hold on, y'all. We're still waiting on this press conference, everyone, to get started. So, thus the lull, but it will begin here momentarily. Now, Francisco Orapeza massacred 5 people, as I mentioned earlier, in Cleveland, Texas. He was located in Cut and Shoot, Texas, which is about 17 miles from where he was actually, where the actual murders happened. So, stand by for me a sec, guys. Okay.
How are y'all doing? All right. We're gonna do. I'm sorry. Yes, we are. I got a little white balance here. Yes, I'm sorry. Everyone got white balance. Sorry. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being out here. My name's Connor Hagan. I'm Public Affairs Officer for FBI Houston. We're going to have 3 speakers tonight. The San Jacinto County Sheriff, Greg Capers, GREGCAPERS, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Jimmy Paul, JIMMYPAUL. And lastly, Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Joe Ruiz de Chavez, Joe J-O-E, Ruiz, R-U-I-Z, space D-E, space C-H-A-V-E-Z. They will be making each a statement, and then afterwards taking questions from you all. We'll be starting that shortly. Is the audio okay for everyone? Okay, white balance, everyone has that as well. All right, thank you guys for being here. Oh, you know what? I don't believe that we will have anybody for Spanish tonight. I apologize for that. But those will be the 3 speakers. Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal. Excellent. Thank you all. I'll bring the speakers up momentarily.
Resident.
Muy buenas noticias.
Suspect
El
is in
sospechoso
custody.
está en
I have
custodia.
just left Montgomery County Jail
Acabo de salir
where
de
he
la
was
cárcel
taken,
del condado
and
Montgomery,
he
donde
has
fue
been
llevado
magistrated.
y ha sido
He now will
registrado.
be taken to my jail,
Y ahora va a
and
ir a nuestra
where his
cárcel,
new residence will be.
donde estará como residente.
I would like to thank the men
Quiero
behind me
agradecer
and the
a
women
todas las personas,
behind
hombres y
me.
mujeres que se
They're
encuentran
not
detrás de mí,
women here right now, but
aunque no haya
everybody
mujeres
played a
en este momento detrás de mí,
very integral part
pero ha sido
in the
una
arrest
labor de las
and
agencias
capture
en conjunto
of this
en el
coward.
esfuerzo de capturar a este cobarde.
Everybody behind me
Todas las
has
personas
worked
detrás de mí
tirelessly.
trabajaron
there are several,
incansablemente. Sé que hay
people,
muchas
out of these
personas,
225 plus
al menos
officers
225,
in
más de 225
this
oficiales,
scene, not to include the millions
sin
of
incluir a las miles de
people,
personas,
thanks to the media. Y'all
gracias a
pushed
los
the message
medios,
out.
quienes llevaron nuestro mensaje.
But we've had calls from
Tuvimos llamadas
Wyoming,
desde
Florida,
Wyoming hasta la
South
Florida,
Texas,
desde el sur de
North
Texas,
Texas,
el norte de Texas,
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma,
Maryland, and
Maryland,
those are just a few of the places.
y esos son solo algunos de los
We
lugares.
were here,
Estuvimos
they were
aquí,
there.
ellos estaban allá. El punto es que ahora tenemos este hombre en custodia y se capturó mientras se escondía en un closet debajo de la lavandería. El arresto se hizo efectivo, no se encuentra herido y ahora está siendo llevado a la cárcel nuestra. Muchas gracias.
So the sheriff,
¿Cómo lograron encontrarlo?
the sheriff confirms that he was, I'm sorry, the sheriff confirms that he was arrested, he wasn't injured.
Y entonces el Departamento de Seguridad Pública, los Marshall, el FBI, teníamos un equipo táctico y todos llegamos hasta allí y encontramos que ese tip en particular era cierto. Esa información no la tengo en ese momento, quizá alguna de las otras personas que va a conversar esta noche pueda responder. Está preguntando sobre los supervivientes, los familiares supervivientes. El sheriff está diciendo que ahora pueden descansar porque ahora el sospechoso está tras las rejas y va a vivir tras las rejas por haber matado a esas 5 personas.
The ASAC. This is the ASAC.
Hey, good evening. Thank you, Sheriff Capers. My name is Jimmy Paul. I'm an assistant special agent charged with the FBI Houston Division. Thanks for having me. So, just wanted to say first and foremost, the victims and their families are in the forefront of our minds, and we're extremely delighted that the suspect was captured. The tip for the suspect's location came in through the FBI's tip line, and we just want to thank the person who had the courage and bravery to call in the suspect's location.
Special Agent Paul, Ted Williams, Fox News. Do you know if this individual will be facing federal charges?
Currently, it's an ongoing investigation, and he's being charged by the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office.
What is the connection to this harboring?
Sir, it's an ongoing investigation. I can't comment on that at this point.
Did he give any indication why he did this? What was his demeanor when he was apprehended? Was he agitated? Was he tired?
Hey guys, we're gonna let him get through his statement, and the U.S. Marshals, and afterwards we will take questions. Is that cool?
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to thank the person who had the courage to call in the tip, and also I'd like to thank the many FBI personnel and local law enforcement agencies who work nonstop to bring this person to justice, to bring a sense of justice to the victims, and also a sense of security to the community of the San Jacinto County community. I mean, this is basically what we do. You know, we show up, we bring the adequate resources, and then we don't let up. We've always said it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when the suspects can be caught, and we're extremely glad that today was the when. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the U.S. Marshal Service representative.
Good evening. My name is Joe Ruiz de Chavez. I'm the Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal. I oversee the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders and Fugitive Task Force here in Houston, Texas. First, I want to say that this was an atrocious crime that devastated this community and this country. We received a call for request from Sheriff Capers, and we brought expertise in fugitive investigations and personnel to assist in this investigation. The Marshal Service is the oldest federal law enforcement agency, and we have an expertise in hunting fugitives. This is a very sad time for the victims, and I hope that this will bring them some comfort and they could grieve. Thank you.
We'll open up for questions now.
Can you tell us if Orapeza had any help from anybody Can you tell us if Orapeza had help from family members or any other friends in the area to help him hide for the last 4 days?
I can say that we've contacted many families, associates, not only here in the Houston area, but across the country.
Does that mean he's had help over the last 4 days?
I can't comment on that.
And did he ever reach out to any family members after the shooting incident on Friday night?
I can't comment on that.
You know how
Who do they have detained at the scene? The female detained at the scene, who was that?
Again, this is an ongoing investigation. We can't disclose that.
Sheriff Davis, you had mentioned previously that there were multiple occasions you weren't exactly sure how many of police being called to that property for a firearm being discharged. Then we learned that Orapeza was removed from the country 4 times, and then in 2022, a protective order that was filed by his wife for domestic abuse. At any point, did that prompt further investigation from the office?
Yes, sir. We actually filed charges on him in 2022. And it, to the best of my knowledge, we got a warrant for him, and the constable went to serve him in another county because he left here and never could make contact with the subject. And then a few days later, the victim went to the district attorney's office in our county and filed a non-prosecution statement.
Sorry to belabor this point, but the address where this arrest took place have court documents that show it traces back to an aunt of Orapeza, I believe. Is that still the case, that this would be a home of a family member? Can anybody confirm that?
I can't. I mean, it's still ongoing. The investigation part, I wasn't part of the arrest team.
Do we have any idea how he got from the place where the shooting happened to Cousin? Did he use a vehicle? Did he walk? Do you guys have any idea what the time was?
Once again, not that I know of. I have no knowledge.
You mentioned multiple agencies. Was DHS also involved? Was ORTAC the agency who actually went in and made the apprehension?
They were part of that team, I do believe. Yes, ma'am.
And now with the wife, the surviving wife that's still living at that home, she is currently an ICE fugitive. Is anything happening with her? Is she being investigated? Are there follow-ups happening with her? I've understood from deputies that she has been cooperating.
And to my knowledge, she is still there because the officers are still there. I have no direct knowledge because this all happened within the last couple of hours.
Sure,
but she is still there.
Sure, we know that.
Do you guys believe that large reward that was put out, is that what made that person call in this tip, and will that money be going to the person who called in that tip?
The money will be going to the person that called in the tip through the proper channels. Yes, ma'am. I'm thinking it's still 80,000.
Sure, Davis, we know that he's been in this country since 2016 illegally, meaning Orapeza. The question is, and he had an AR-15 rifle that he was shooting the night of this incident. Have you been able to connect the dots as to how an illegal alien was able to purchase or to get that AR-15 weapon?
Well, I could just speak to conjecture. Buy it from somebody else on the street.
Are you conducting an investigation to try to connect those dots?
Yes, sir, we are. That is an ongoing investigation as well.
When did you learn about the suspect was at the address, and when did you actually go in? What was the time, the specific time?
For tonight's arrest?
Well, yeah, when did you first learn that he was there, and then when did you actually go in?
We would probably need to defer that to the FBI or the U.S. Marshals.
We received the tip at 5:15.
Sorry
about that. We received the tip at 5:15 p.m. and the arrest was made at 6:30 p.m.
Can any of the participating agencies discuss how surprised were you that you ended up finding Orapeza 15 miles away or less where this crime was committed?
I can't really speak on that. I can just tell you that we're just extremely happy that the citizen had the courage and the bravery to call in that tip.
Had you guys searched that area before you got the tip, or did you just go there once you got somewhere to search?
I'm not sure if it was searched before, but we immediately dispatched the team out there as soon as we got the tip.
We're going to take 3 more questions.
Searched as well, known areas, known accomplices, or any of his family members? Were those areas searched specifically as well? I know he's been talking about family. We're obviously hearing that this was a family's home. that this person was found. So were other family homes searched as well? Was this one just a random tip? What happened? Were there other families around?
As far as we know, this was just a one-time random tip, but we've contacted multiple houses and families throughout the area.
What does contact mean? Have you gone in? Did you search these homes?
Right,
Did
we
you
have-
look under laundry piles and other families'
We've
homes, or
done
we just called
we've
them?
done knock and talks with multiple homes throughout the area, and we've gotten consent from the homeowners to go in and take a look. So we've done those kind of actions.
Two more questions.
Was anyone injured? Were there any? Sheriff, is anyone else in custody or in questioning tonight?
No, ma'am. Nobody else is in custody tonight, and I'm assuming that they are still at the house questioning the people that were at the house where the suspect was arrested.
Sure. Did you guys find anyone else, any other injuries while this suspect was on the run? Was anyone hurt, in his quest to kind of evade law enforcement?
As far as we know, we do not know anybody else that was injured.
Have formal criminal charges been filed yet?
Did you make any comment? What was his demeanor when he was placed under arrest?
Yes, sir.
Just any formal criminal charges filed? Do you know what those are yet?
Murder.
5 counts of murder?
5 counts of murder.
No.
$5 million bond.
Not capital murder?
5 million.
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Not at this time.
There is a video in social media. Is correct person, Francisco Orapeza?
Say it one more time.
There is a video in social media. Is the correct video? The correspondent to Francisco Orapeza?
I haven't had time to visit social media.
Sure. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to clarify. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you guys very much. Guys, I'm going to clarify some of the spellings and answer some of the roundup questions here. I know that there are questions very quickly about the speakers that just were up here. Again, San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jimmy Paul, Paul, as well as Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Joe Ruiz de Chavez, Ruiz space DE space CHAVEZ. Now, I know that there are a few questions outstanding. Were there any others that were left out?
How long did it take for them to actually respond? There's been a lot of conjecture about the amount of time for police to respond.
You can see the news media is still following the officers.
You're talking to the initial
Looks
shooting?
like the sheriff is getting in his
That is still under
vehicle.
investigation. That's part of the ongoing.
But it
that's part of
sounds
the
like
ongoing
not only is
investigation.
Orapeza in custody,
The sheriff will be
his
releasing
wife
something later, I
and
believe.
whoever else was at that
But at
house
this point
is
in time,
also
that's
being
part of the
talked
ongoing
to.
investigation.
Of the murder weapon?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Was the murder weapon in this case recovered? Do you guys have the actual gun that they believe was used?
At this point in time, this is very fresh, right? We just got him into custody. This is ongoing. So a lot of the questions that you guys had, they're great questions, but it's ongoing. Yes, I would actually like to clarify. Someone asked about BORTAC, so I would like to clarify. This obviously was a lot of different agencies helping out. San Jacinto Sheriff's Office were the lead agency. FBI assisted. The 3 agencies that went into that house were the United States Marshal Service, Texas DPS, as well as the United States Border Patrol BORTAC team. Those 3 elite agencies were the ones who brought this fugitive into custody. It's a shortening of I believe Border Patrol Tactical Team, but BORTAC, BORTAC. But please check with their website.
Border Patrol, DPS, and Marshals?
Border Patrol, DPS, and Marshals, yeah.
DPS, not Rangers.
Texas DPS. Rangers are a part of DPS, so. I'm unsure of that, and that's probably the last question I'm going to take tonight, guys. Again, thank you all so much for coming out. I'll be over here for a while, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Connor.
I was about to say many questions is he going to take, and everyone's already walked away. But he is captured. $5 million bond. He has been charged with murder, not capital murder, but he has been charged with murder, and he will now face trial in San Jacinto County. Now, I fully expect that this will become a capital murder case. But that is just my suspicion. But I have no doubt that this will most likely become a capital case just because of the malice of it all. Now, I do want to show you all a little bit more video that is now. I mean, it looks like they just really just walked into this house and just literally just, I mean, they said they got the tip at 5:15 p.m. and he was in custody at 6:30. Didn't even get to eat dinner. Didn't even get to eat dinner. He has a wife that is affiliated to this home. She is also being held for questioning. So we'll see how it goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. But thank God he's been captured. Thanks to everyone who came out before I leave. Shout out to the Leak U community. Please join us on Shout out to the Leak U community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
It looks like you lost another one.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks to everybody who came through. I'll catch y'all next time.